Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes, Español 1, ¿cómo están ustedes? Chicos, chicas, los echo de menos. I miss you guys mucho. En España se dice los echo de menos. En Latinoamérica se dice los extraño, for I miss you. Y los extraño mucho. I was telling in my Español 2 video that, telling the kids that probably some of you really miss being here at school and miss certain things, maybe not everything. Some of you are maybe not missing it so much, I don't know. But I'm happy to see you, even though I'm not really seeing you. But bienvenidos, welcome back, you guys. Es un tiempo un poco bizarro, right? This is kind of a bizarre time that we're in, but hopefully you guys are all making the most of it. Y ustedes se portan bien con sus familias. Hopefully you're behaving well in your families. That sounds like something a teacher would say, right? But I hope you are being good to your families and to your friends. YouTube. You guys know, we talked about this right before the school closure, that I was thinking about doing YouTube. Lots of teachers are doing something called WebEx. Some teachers, I think, might be using Zoom even, and others are doing something different. So you're going to get a variety of things, but I chose YouTube, I think, because for me and for you, I think it's nice and straightforward. We all know how it works. I had to figure out a few things that took me way longer than it should have. Probably would have taken you minutes. It took me an hour and a half or 2 hours, but having said that, let me know after you see this video, you guys, if there's something that I need to improve on, or if the audio is not loud enough or anything. If you can be kind critics, that would be awesome. But YouTube is how we're going to do this. So basically, you guys, this is the story. At the beginning of each video, I'll say it's Español Uno, so you know you're not watching a Spanish 2 video, although I'm sending you the link. So unless I make a mistake, I'm not sending you the Spanish 2 link, I'm sending you the Spanish 1. I want you guys to, as best you can, I want you to sit down in front of your computers when you can at the time the class is supposed to actually meet, right? Now for periodo 5, the meet time, supposedly, is, I have to check it out real quickly, sorry you guys, las 11 el martes, 11 o'clock on Tuesday. I'm looking at my schedule, you can't see it here. Periodo 6, you guys would be meeting supposedly at the same time, las 11 on Wednesday, el miércoles. But basically, since I have 2 classes of Spanish 1, I'm going to set the video to air. I'm going to be annoying when I do this, sorry, but it's kind of fun. To actually go on at 11 o'clock on Tuesday. So Spanish 1 period 5 could watch it Tuesday. Spanish 1 period 6 could watch it Tuesday also, but I just stay on your own schedule and just watch it at the time you're supposed to have your class, just to keep things kind of consistent. It's the same video, obviously. So YouTube for that. As far as homework, you guys, goes and quizzes, they're going to be really not any different than they've been. Your majority of your homework will be workbook, but there will be some textbook homework. Your quizzes, they'll all have a screenshot of them, and you'll be taking them at home, and we can talk about that later. Don't worry about that just yet at all. But the homework and the quizzes will be announced in School Loop, just like regular homework. I'm using School Loop, not Google Classroom. I'm just staying with what we already know. When we start the class, I'm going to speak in Spanish now, porque es una clase de español, ¿no? Ustedes deben tener, you should have out, en su escritorio, in your desk at home, or your mesa, your table at home, wherever you're trabajando, working. Ustedes necesitan tener sus libros, sus cuadernos y sus libretas, muy importante. Probablemente durante una clase de YouTube, la clase cuando ustedes me ven, when you guys are actually watching me, no van a usar los cuadernos, pero ténganlos, just have them out, preparados, listos, out and ready, just in case, just as if you're in class. Mimic the class as much as you can. Lápices, plumas, make sure you have pens and pencils, everything you need. Obviously, you can pause the video, pueden hacer clic y hacer una pausa en el video y pueden verlo más tarde. You can watch it a little bit later, whatever works for you. But that's kind of the gist of how things are going to work. Office hours, or waffle hours, I'm going to do on YouTube too. Now it's going to be a little bit different because they're not going to be live. Some of your classes will have live office hours. So even though I'm alive, I'm not dead yet. Not at all. The office hours aren't live. I'm going to basically do them on YouTube too, and we can get more into that later, but basically write down questions that you might have during the class that we have, the class that I'm giving you right now. Write down any questions. What you can do is just submit them in School Loop. You can even do it in the subject line if you want. You don't have to write a whole email. You could just do a quick question in the subject line or write an email and let me know what your question is. And then I'll answer all the questions that I have compiled after a given class, and I'll do them in your office hours later that day. Las horas de oficina. Your office hours are from 2:30 to 3:30, las 2:30 hasta las 3:30 for both classes, period 5 and 6, on Tuesday and Wednesday, martes y miércoles. Bueno, ¿dónde dejamos? ¿Dónde paramos? Where did we leave off? Exactamente en 4.2. We were just getting ready to start it. So we're going to just start it right now. Have your books ready, even though you don't need them right now, but just in case. And I'm going to kind of go old school on you, Escuela Vieja. I have giant flashcards with the vocabulario. And here we go. 4.2, el tema. Here's your theme. ¿Qué hacemos esta noche? What are we doing tonight? O como dicen los españoles, remember our Spanish pronunciation, they would say, ¿qué hacemos esta noche? What are we doing tonight? Culturalmente, let me say something culturally real quick before we start with the vocab, you guys. I think we've talked about this in class before, how Spaniards are kind of notorious for loving to go out and be very social, muy sociables. Les encanta. They love to salir, go out, comer tapas, have tapas, vinos, otras bebidas, whether it's wine or other drinks. Les encanta comer las tapas. They love to have their tapas. En España ahora, now this is a completely different situation in Spain right now, right? They are on cuarentena, they're on shelter in place, and they're taking it very seriously over there. Muy, muy en serio. The Spaniards are staying in their house. It's much different than here, where they're not really getting out for walks like we are. And all the restaurants and bars are closed, and it's a completely different scene. Bibiana has said it's extremely bizarre, right? So their nightlife right now is not what it normally would be, but hopefully it'll get back to the normal, el normal, lo normal, muy pronto. Bueno, 4.2, ¿qué hacemos esta noche? What are we doing tonight? El vocabulario es así. Bueno, chicos, la primera categoría, describing places in town, ustedes van a repetir las palabras después de que yo las pronuncio. After I pronounce them, you're going to repeat them just like you're in class. So nobody's in your room to hear you, I don't think. Maybe somebody is. But say it loud, say it proud, pronounce these out loud. You want to get to know el vocabulario, just as if we were in class. So here we go. The English is not here. I'll say the English afterwards. And try to figure out which ones are cognates, cognados. Some of them are pretty obvious. Empezamos. I'm going to do the Spanish pronunciation. Sorry, you don't get any marks on the board at this point. But I'm going to figure out a way, trust me, before I take my leave of absence next year, to make sure my Spanish 1 and 2 kids get a treat for all the múltiples errores que hice, all those multiple errors I made. I haven't forgotten. So today, we're not going to count them, although you could count if you want, just for fun. Maybe I won't make any. Interesante. Empezamos. El café. Repite. Muy bien. The café, right? It's also the word for coffee, same word. El centro. This is downtown, right? The center, literally, or downtown. El cine, the movie theater, right? El cine. Bueno, continuamos con el parque. Soy muy artística. For park, obviously. El restaurante, not very tough. I think you know what that means. The restaurant. El teatro, the theater. Yes, the theater, where you would go see a play, perhaps. Una obra de teatro. Bueno, make sure you're pronouncing these, you guys. La próxima categoría, the next category is describing events in town. The other one was places. This is events. Qué diferencia. La película. La película. I'm going to say that twice. You get the accent on the first I and la primera E. La primera I. Lo siento. Película for movie. Y, repitan, la ventanilla. That's a ticket window where you would buy tickets for when you buy movie tickets at the theater, la ventanilla. It's also the same word that they use on a plane for the little windows that you look out of, la ventanilla, because it's a small window. Instead of a ventana, it's a ventanilla. Bueno, continuamos. For concert, el concierto. La música rock. They basically use the word rock like we do, and they just say rock. For rock music. Las entradas are the tickets. These are the tickets to get you in, to get your entry fee, basically, the tickets. Ahora tenemos getting around town. So this might be how you get around town, how you get around Davis or wherever you are. La primera palabra, this is not a pie. And of course, everybody loves to say it in school, but you don't get to say it now because you're not in school. So, haha. Anyway, just kidding. JK. A pie, on foot. So if you want to say, I'm walking to the movie theater, let's walk. Vamos a pie, on foot. The word for street, la calle. La calle. Soy yo, that's my last name, of course, in Español. So if you want to call me Calle, please feel free to. And then if you go by bus, en autobús. So instead of going, let's walk, vamos a pie, you might say, let's take the bus. Vamos en autobús. Bueno. If you go by car, if you're driving, one way to say, there's other verbs to drive. There's conducir, there's manejar. But if you want to keep it simple and say, we're taking the car, vamos en coche. In Latinoamérica, vamos en carro. Carro. Don't forget about rolling your R's, you guys. Carro. Bueno. Now look at the next one, you guys. Encontrar, and look at this little parentheses con UE. You have the UE in parentheses. Think back, you guys, right now, to when before did you see verbs with something in parentheses in them? What did that connotate? What was that about? Do you guys remember? ¿Recuerdan? Sí, if you got it right. It's a stem changing verb. Now, the grammar, la gramática en esta unidad 4.2. The grammar has to do with, in part, stem changing verbs, but there are different types of stem changing verbs. Do you remember the last kind? They were E2, what two letters? Yep, that's it, IE. These are verbs that go from the O in the verb morphs into a UE. So encontrar, to encounter or to meet, or to find, actually has three meanings. Encounter and meet up are kind of the same thing. But here, I think they want you to really use it as to find something, encontrar. But if you want to say, I'm finding something easily, you would say, yo encuentro el lugar fácilmente. So that O goes to an UE. Instead of encontro, encuentro. And there's other types of stem changing verbs in this unit too that we'll take a look at in just a minute. The next verb up is a regular verb, un verbo regular, to take, tomar. So you can use this when you want to say we're going to take the bus. Vamos a tomar el autobús. Tomar can mean all sorts of other things. Try that again. Muchos Latinos use the verb tomar to say to drink. Instead of saying beber, they use tomar, to drink. But here it's to take, like take the bus. Take a taxi. Tomar un taxi. Bueno, ahora estamos en un restaurante. Wouldn't that be nice to be in a restaurant now that was actually open and not just open for takeout? Someday. El camarero. La camarera. Again, make sure you're pronouncing them, you guys. El camarero, la camarera. This is for a waiter or waitress. In Latin America, I should have written this down. They say mesero or mesera, having to do with the word table, mesa. To cost, this is another O to UE verb, costar. to cost, costar. So if you said, how much does it cost? We talked about this earlier. It's cuánto. Is it cuánto costa? No. That would be silly. It's cuánto cuesta. Cuesta. How much does it cost? And then the word for the check, they call it, it's really the bill in a restaurant, but they call it a check. Makes it sound like you're getting a check for eating a bunch of food, but you're really getting a bill. Anyway, it's la cuenta that keeps account, la cuenta of how much you've ordered and what you need to pay. For dessert, you would say de postre. So if you wanted to say, I'm going to have cake for dessert, voy a pedir el pastel de postre as dessert or for dessert. This one I think you can figure out, el menú. And for table, la mesa. La mesa. If I haven't talked about this in class, you know, the word mesa, if you think about geographically what a mesa is, it's a flat topped like mountain basically. And that's because, well, the words are related because it's flat on the top like a table, la mesa. Muy bien. How we doing, you guys? ¿Cómo estamos? Hanging in there? Bueno. Just a few more, you guys, and then we'll take a break from vocabulary for a bit. But we have more to go, so here we go. The main dish, el plato principal. Repite. The tip, muy importante, ¿no? La propina. For dinner, now we're going to get on to some food, unas comidas. So for rice, el arroz in Spain, right? El arroz in Latin America. Muy bien. Steak, if you're a meat lover. If you're not, ick, steak, right? Repite, el bistec. Next one's pretty obvious. Broccoli, el brócoli. And for meat, la carne. It's a feminine word, la carne. Ends in E, but it's feminine, femenina. Bueno, for those healthy eaters, repite. And I'm saying repite instead of repitan. Repite would be the command for one person rather than all of you. Repitan, in case you're catching that. For salad, la ensalada. Beans, los frijoles. Very important in the Latin American diet, right? Los frijoles. And for cake, el pastel. Bueno. Potato in Spain, right? La patata. Pero en Latinoamérica se dice papa. Muy diferente, ¿no? Fish, el pescado. Chicken, el pollo. Muy bien. If I'm going a little fast, just make sure you're saying the words fast. I'll try to slow down. For tomato, we have el tomate. Vegetables, las verduras. Las verduras, some people say los vegetales. And then to order from a menu, we have a couple verbs here, you guys. Tenemos dos verbos nuevos y son verbos que cambian de raíz. They are stem-changing verbs, and look what these do. Oh, this is so fascinating. Que fascinante, no? Actually, I do love this stuff. That's why I teach it. Instead of going from E to IE or O to UE, your new stem-changing verb type is a verb that changes from the E to an I only. So pedir is to order. So when you go to say I order, you would say yo pido. Yo pido. I have to say this, and I would say it in class. It's a little awkward, but if you don't change that E to an I, you're going to say yo pedo. And pedo is a fart, so that would be lame. Because unless you want to say that, make sure you change the E to an I, yo pido. And then we'll talk about the verb a little bit later, how the rest of the verb changes. To serve, so back to this one, you guys. This is to order or to ask for something. To order or ask for. To serve, repitan, servir. Servir. So it goes E to I, so you get yo sirvo. Sirvo. And then again, we'll get to the other ones later. Other words and phrases. If you want to say something is there, over there, say a little further away than here. Repitan allí. Allí. To have lunch or to lunch, almorzar, or in Latinoamérica, almorzar. Look what you have here. It's another O to UE verb, so you get yo almuerzo, which is weird because almuerzo or almuerzo is also the noun for lunch. So it's a little confusing, I know. And then the opposite of over there is here. Repitan aquí. Aquí. A lot of Latinos say acá. So interesting, you might hear that variation at times. And one last grouping, you guys. So here we go. For perhaps or maybe, you can say posiblemente. We've learned that one before, I think. Posiblemente, you can say quizás or quizás. But here's another one yet for perhaps or maybe, tal vez or tal vez in Latino America. The verb to see is ver. Otra vez, mi arte es increíble, no? It's definitely incredible. We don't want to say what it is. Incredibly horrible, pero es así. And then the verb to return is another O to UE verb, you guys. The verb volver, volver, to return goes to yo vuelvo, tu vuelves, etc., etc. We're going to come back to ver here in just a second and talk about gramática, but I want to take a quick break. First of all, muy importante. Couple of things to prove that you have shown up. Again, here we go with these annoying quotes. To prove that you're showing up to my classes and watching these, you guys, besides the fact that you have homework to do that's going to stem from them. I'll say 2 words or phrases, new words or phrases during my video each time, and it might be at the beginning, el principio, it might be in the middle, el medio, it might be in the end, el final, or anywhere in the video. And those 2 new words, I want you to email them to me. And again, just like you would maybe a question that you might have for my office hours, you can just put that in the subject line as the 2 new words for the video for that day. This is to prove that you've actually listened to it. Yes, you could not listen and you could ask your amigo or amiga what the word was because you're too lazy to, I don't want to say lazy because I don't think you're going to be. I think you're going to watch these. I hope you do. But you don't want to ask them what the 2 words were and then not watch the video. It's not going to hurt you to watch it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it somewhat. I'm having fun. I don't know about you, but anyway, the first word for today is a very Spanish word. It's, and I didn't write it out for you, but I'll spell it for you. It's guay, guay. So en español se escribe G-U-A-Y. Sure you all remember your alfabeto, right? G-U-A-Y, so G-U-A-Y. Guay is cool. Like, que guay, how cool is that? Or una persona puede ser guay, a person can be cool. Guay, that's your first word, la primera palabra, and then you'll get another word towards the end of the video, and it's also a G word. It's a G day. So one thing I wanted to point out, you guys, I could have done this at home, y tal vez, perhaps, en el futuro, el video va a estar en mi casa, eso es posible, pero a mí también me gusta tener las clases en clase, ¿no? Porque así ustedes pueden ver el arte mío, las fotos mías, y son algo que ustedes reconocen. They're things that you recognize. I just thought that may be kind of fun for you the first time. I don't know. Tenemos varias cosas aquí. Tengo pues el parque de Yosemite, que es mi parque preferido de todo el mundo. Me encanta. Love it. También tenemos la Sagrada Familia. A lot of you guys have seen this poster up here before. This is the Sagrada Familia, la iglesia famosa de Barcelona, famous church in Barcelona. Tengo aquí también arriba David Bisbal. I'm not sure if I ever pointed this picture out to you, but this is the guy that did the Te mueves tú, se mueven todos y vibra de emoción, es pura diversión. Te mueves tú, which was the song that we always did as a flash mob in the past, and unfortunately we don't get to do it this year, or fortunately for some of you who hate to dance, but I'm going to share the video with you. I think we saw it at one point in class, but I'm going to share it with you again so you guys can practice at home just for fun. También tengo de Viviana. She made this for me years ago. Ella, she's doing very well. You guys está muy bien en España. Thank you for all of you who have asked about her and how she's doing and her mom. Her mom's actually had some trouble lately, but she's hanging in there. Anyway, I miss her a lot, but I'll see her soon. Muy pronto. And then mis padres, Dan y, which way do I go with my finger? Thelma, mi padre y mi madre, que son muy queridos, obviously very beloved, always with me. Bueno, let's see, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más? I wanted to show you something and I forgot to stop on it. Let me see if I can find it really quickly, you guys. I'm just going to go through here, and if I can't find it, I'll just share it with you in a different way. Yeah, I kind of blew it there. Sorry about that. But this is what it was. The verb poder, to be able to, means, well, poder means to be able to, can, right? And we've pointed out before that that's the verb you use when you say, puedo usar el baño. You know, you had to ask me to use the restroom here in class. So I just want you to know, even though you're at home, you still have to use this. I want you to firmar aquí before you go use the restroom in your house. You don't, just because you're in your home doesn't mean you can just go to the bathroom whenever you want. Willy-nilly. Okay, just kidding. Anyway, that's what poder comes from, or puedo comes from, the verb poder. Bueno, la última cosa, last thing for today, you guys, and we're going to try to end. I was going to try to keep it to 25 minutes. We're just a bit over, so we're almost done. Nota gramatical, one bit of grammar that you'll need for the homework for this week, and you'll see that coming up in School Loop really soon. Just look in School Loop like always, is the verb ver, which is to see, has an irregular yo form, and it's only irregular in the yo form, in la forma yo, not in the rest of the verb. So the present tense, what you would do to say I see something is yo veo. So what happens is normally you would take off the ER, you guys know that, and you would just add what? Una O, right? Just an O. And if you did that, you'd get yo vo. I see. Yo vo. Yo vo. And it sounds weird, so they decided to keep the E and then add the ending, yo veo. But after that, sorry you guys, there it is. It's a regular verb. Ves, ve, vemos, ves, ven. Bueno, es todo por hoy. That's all for today, you guys. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Again, check for your homework. It's coming, well, it'll come out the day you see this. La tarea. Keep up with it. And let me know if you have any questions. Oh, your last word for the day. La última palabra. Gazpacho. Gazpacho. Some of you guys know what it is. It's a cold tomato soup. Gazpacho, it's muy español. I've chosen two words that are out of Spain today because we're in the country of Spain. Estamos en el país de España. Y so the first word was guay, G-U-A-Y. Y la palabra segunda, gazpacho, o en España, gazpacho, G-A-Z-P-A-C-H-O. Hasta luego. Peace out.